Hello, everybody. My name is Bear, and thank you for tuning in to Friendly Neighborhood Gamer. This evening, we're going to be rolling up, or as they call it in the system, burning up 2 new characters. I'm gathered here tonight with my friends Bear. We're going to call him Dreadbear, for the sake of not being confusing, and then also Eli.
Hello.
So, first and foremost, what's the concept behind you guys' characters? Whoever wants to go first can chime right in.
I wanted to be something small, cute, and furry that can climb all over the bigger characters. So I am playing a rodent who is also a magic user.
Nice. I'm chuckling because we only have one larger character. That would be the wolf that we created. The other 2 characters are both dwarves, which...
Yep. So you stole my thunder there. The concept will unfold, but we'll start with a dwarf.
Man of few words and mystery. I like it. Fair enough. Who wants to start us off? Going down the life paths.
How do you want to do it? Do you want to alternate or?
Yeah, we'll alternate.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll do. I'll give you the life paths, and then I'll jump over to the life paths over here. I know Eli's character, we've discussed it quite a bit and kind of hashed it out a few times, and so it'll be a little bit more jumping around. So let me pull up Charred. Let's see, Burning Well. So who wants to go first?
So we took mine with a little bit of a twist. I'm starting out as being born to the fields and then being accepted into a magical college.
Right.
So,
Because we had discussed in the world that essentially there was a contract between the humans and the rodent beneath the streets, that they were making peace.
yes.
So the born to the field were the more peaceable type that were wanting to work with the humans, versus the other 2 factions were either not working with the humans or vehemently against working with the humans, with terrorist type situations.
Right, and I didn't really want to do either of those. And also, being born to the field meant I could have I have kind of a secretive aesthetic mentally, and this fits it.
I like it. So let's start with that. We're going to start with Rodin, and then you were born to field. So on your sheet, where it says born, and then to the field, perfect. I'm going to add that. So I'm looking, I was looking at the character burner online, and it is not accurate all the time. So I try to double check. It is a useful tool and makes it easier to do things sometimes, but I like to double check behind myself. We're not doing mountain trolls. Rodin, there we go. Born to the field.
I guess the other choice is house mouse.
So born to the field, it grants you, I'm going to use yours as a cheat sheet here, 6 years. No resources, no stats, and your skills, you're going to get 3 general skills. So you're going to skip the word skill and go straight into general. And then traits, you'll get 2 points. And if you jump down to traits down here, you write vegetarian, and you got to take that one, which apparently all the ones born to the field are vegetarian. The thing I like about this system is that you're essentially creating the story for your backstory while you're making your character. So it's interesting. We had discussed, I think from there you had met someone who had basically introduced you, saw that you had potential, and took you over to the magic setting.
Yes.
So I'm gonna, on this right here, I'm gonna reset the character and do human, because we're jumping over to the jumping over to the magic setting. College of Magic. And I think that brings you in as a supplicant.
Yes, it does.
That is what the...
Sorry, I'm trying to find the...
well, I'll do all those.
Oh, found it.
What page is that on?
For school, that is page 405. 405. Or for College of Magic.
So yeah, the first one that you come into is supplicant. The time for that is 1, and you're going to have a 1 in your leads. Your resources are 3. No stats. Skills, you get 2 points. And you start off, if you jump down to the skill section, it has animal husbandry, which I suggest putting some type of symbol next to it so you can know that you have to take that skill. And then fire building is the second one that you can take that one if you want to.
Yeah, and I think we talked about why that would be a good one to take.
Correct. I mean, it's just the leading in. So this is like you doing like mundane work and
Yeah.
proving that you can be a. So then your traits, you get 2 trait points for that. And then when you jump down to the trait section, you have to take broken in, because that's, they get a new student, they got to make sure they can follow orders and do what they're supposed to do. But you get the chance to take gifted, second sight, or fey and or fey blood, which
Cool.
fey blood is an interesting one.
Mm-hmm.
So with that also, with the new magic rules, or with the magic rules that we're doing, you would get access to a school of magic, one of them. So you can write in the skill section, School of Magic. And if I remember correctly, we went supplicant, junior student, and senior student. So
Yes.
So you have graduated school and you're fresh out of magical college, looking for a job, and what you went to school for is no longer there. No,
Oh, that sounds so familiar.
for
Where
real,
have I
doesn't
heard
it?
that before?
So junior student would be your third life path. You did that for 2 years. That gives you a resource of 5. That gives you 1 physical, so plus 1 P in your stats. And then jump down, you have 8 skill points and 1 trait point up there. You have to take read, and then you get the option to take write, ancient history, circination, illumination. It's all the interesting magic skills. So circination, illuminations, astrology, and symbology.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure which one of those are of interest to you.
Yeah, I was having a really hard time deciding.
I mean, they're all interesting, and they all could send your character in very different directions.
Mm-hmm.
I know astrology is an interesting skill because it lets you fork it into almost anything. If you can be like, the stars said that it's going to be good, but it has the double-edged sword of, which we'll get into maybe possibly later if someone else is doing something similar. The one trait that you have to take is hazed, because as a junior student, you got hazed by the older students. That would also, in your skill section, unlock another school of magic if you wanted to open it up. And then our last life path for you is senior student.
Okay.
And so you did that for 2 years. It gives you a resource of 10. gives you +1 in your stats, 7 skill points, and 2 trait points. The skills that you have to take is calligraphy. And again, you've got these are solid skills. That calligraphy, I mean, not the fact that you got to take it, I get it. But rhetoric is a good verbal combat skill. Aura reading, Emphyrelia, I can't even pronounce that word. Empyrelia, it's essentially the study of angels versus the demonology, which is demons. It's the opposite of demonology. Doctrine, School of Magic wise, junior student wise. And then that would, since that's another magical one, that also gives you a third magic school that you could tap into. For your traits, you have to take graduate, and then you get the option to take bully, which I think is very funny because all the previous ones are like hazed, broken in. It's like now it's your chance to bully the people beneath you if you wanted to be that way. Yeah. Which I think we discussed. You said you didn't want to, but it just kind of is. I definitely see Luke Crane's sense of humor in this, where he was like, "Now you're the bully." So those are your life paths. I'm gonna get you. I'll get Brian settled with his stuff, and then I'll jump back to you.
Okay.
All right.
With all that magic, I've been stuck on the "you're a wizard, Harry," because she's a rodent, so she's hairy.
Furry.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe hair.
Furry. All right. So, jumping back over here.
Yes.
The backstory with the dwarves is that there's human lands, there's mountains, and then on this side there's this wasteland that's been just having problems with orcs, goblins. They've just essentially destroyed it. It's not it is not a habitable place to live. And the dwarves have been very very good defenders of the border. About 20 years ago, the dwarves were overrun by the monstrous horde, the greenskins, the ogres, trolls, and they were kicked out. Well, unfortunately, your character is, not unfortunately, but your character is rather old, is when we've discussed it.
Yep.
So he was definitely alive during this time,
Yep.
and so that has to be kind of taken into consideration when making a character. So that being said, what is the first life path that you were considering?
So I will be born to the dwarven clan.
Okay.
So the clansman, as hard as that is to say.
20 years. We were in North Carolina.
Yep.
That can mean something very differently than what I'm sure Luke Crane meant. 20 years, 10 resources, skill points 3 in general.
Yep.
And
One
then
trait.
traits, you get 1 point.
Yep. And then there's a bunch of dwarf common traits. I'm just going to write common.
There's
here.
also a bunch of rodent common traits. We'll get to that when we get to that portion of it.
Yep.
Because, I mean, I think this is the very first time I've not had any humans in my player group. So it's very interesting to see how many common traits are just getting, and you get a common trait, and you get 20 common traits. Yeah.
Humans are lame.
I always play a human. I love humans.
Oh.
I like to be the everyman.
I have never played a human in any game I've ever played in.
I play a human every day.
It's just recently that I started playing dwarves in most of things. I've slowly gone that direction. All right.
So after 20 years, you're not a kid anymore. So I'm going to take the lead to Guilders
Okay.
and become a hawker.
Hawker. So that puts you at 15 years plus the 1 for the lead.
Yep.
You get 15 resource points, 1 to your mental stat, so plus 1M, 6 skill points, and 1 trait point. For your skills, you have to take inconspicuous, which I find interesting that a hawker would want. It's the traits. Dun, 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 dun.
I could have just drawn an arrow.
Heavy sigh. Inconspicuous. Which you have to take that one, which again,
Yes.
seeing conspicuous right afterwards makes sense.
Why not be both?
Well,
I'm not going to be both, but
Sometimes you want to be seen, sometimes you want to be seen, sometimes you don't.
well, I feel like Hawker is maybe the less notable of the merchants.
Well, like sometimes you don't want to be seen, sometimes you do want to be seen. I get it.
Yeah.
So, conspicuous, streetwise, haggling, spiel-wise,
Yep.
which I'm guessing that's just like,
Spiel is like a town. Like,
okay,
yeah,
interesting.
I think. All right. So we spent a little time hawking wares.
All right.
35. I'm an old man. Time to go back to the clan and become a husband.
All right. So husband, back to the clan. So that's 70 years time.
70 years. Great marriage.
1 year in the lead.
Mm-hmm.
That was the infatuation, the dating period. 18
Strong.
resources, 1 mental,
Yeah.
5 skill points,
Mm-hmm.
2 trait points. You have to take clan-wise as a skill. And then you get the option for family-wise, haggling, soothing platitudes. Your traits, you get dispute settler as a trait.
As a husband, I guess that's just losing.
Sorry, dear.
Settle by. Yes.
And then pragmatic outlook.
Okay. So, after a husband of 70 years, it's time to get
you
a
were only
real.
married for 18,
Yeah,
19.
yeah. Time to get a real job. So I'm going to become a Longbeard.
Oh. 77 years. It's still within the clansman trait. Or it's clanman life path system. So it doesn't have a lead. You get 30 resources and +1 to your mental. 6 skill points, 2 trait points. The first skill you have to take is Coarse Persuasion. We have a little symbol next to that showing that is a dwarvish magical skill. And then you get the option to take Ugly Truth, Gilder-wise, Host-wise. Traits, you have to take Folksy Wisdom. And then you also get to take the trait, if you want, Oath Swearer. And then I'm assuming at this point, because we had discussed when you were going to, was that the point when the war happened?
Yes. So that puts it at the time of the invasion.
I'm guessing that is what leads us to your last life path?
It does. So one of the duties of the Longbeard is the Oath Swearer, which is a trait I will be taking. So the Oath Swearer is the person who notarizes an oath. Dwarves who swear an oath, as all good dwarves do, must do it in front of a Longbeard in order to make it binding.
Okay.
And if you give your word to an Longbeard and you break it, you can be branded a coward.
Okay.
So, my job...
That's serious in the dwarven
Yep.
culture.
Yeah, so I'm not a fighter, but I can help out in the war effort. So following along the war band to be a person for whom other dwarves can swear their oaths in front of.
It sounds good.
So, long time listening to that. And that leads into the last life path, something completely different. becoming an outcast and a rune caster.
So you're becoming a runecaster in the outcast subsetting.
Yes.
All right. So that would be a time of 20 years. Lead of 1.
Yes.
6 resource points. You get a mental and a physical. And 5 skill points, 2 trait points. And we have our second dwarvish magic skill. Rune casting is a skill you have to take. And then the trait Slave to Fate is one you also have to take.
Yes.
Have you already looked up Slave to Fate? Do you know what it is off the top of your head? If you don't, it's fine.
Yes. So a slave to fate is just a character trait. So you plagued with visions of what could have been, what might be, and seeing your own fate intertwined with all of those doomed strands of everybody else.
So for those at home that may not know, character traits in Burning Wheel are just role-playing traits. They're just something that you want to keep top of mind while you're role-playing. They don't give you any bonuses, or they're not a detriment. They're just an idea of what you want to role-play for your character. They can become dice traits or call-on traits.
In fact, as we'll see later on, I find that so interesting that I am going to buy a die trait to double down on that.
Oh, sounds nice. All right, well, we're going to jump back over to Eli.
Okay.
Eli, what is the age currently of your rodent?
I think I said 22. No, 12.
12. This is going to be a very different conversation. We jump back over to, I think Brian's first, or Dreadbear's first life path was 20 years old. And again, it was the same situation when we were doing Turnip and Little Birds, where it was like...
That's what you get with the long-lived.
Oh, no, it's 16, time plus leads. We
Okay.
didn't do the leads for junior and senior, but they each had 2.
No, because you stayed in the same life path.
Oh, okay.
So
Then,
it was only when you jumped over from Rodin to the magic school that you'd have a lead.
yeah, okay, so 12.
12 would put you at... so we're moving over here to number 3 with your age.
Yes.
That would put you at 7 mental points and 14 physical.
Okay, and then I've got +1 in both. Okay.
So before we do the stats that follow beneath age, and I think you should do skills before you do your stats. Not that I'm encouraging anybody to min-max. I know Dreadbear has played in games with me before. He knows that I dislike min-maxers. I want you to have a well-rounded character. And if you have a reason for your stat to be higher or something, sure, but no need to
Yeah.
goats the situation. I don't know if goats is online. So, that being said, the skills that you have currently written down, we're going to jump to skills first before we get any farther with that.
Okay.
That being said, I had in my mind, this is your character, this empire that the humans are in has essentially been like war-torn. They've been helping the dwarves, sending troops up there. They've been having rebellion within their lands. Even the adventure you guys are about to go on, they're sending people out because some of the baronies have gone silent and they don't know why. I feel like the magic school with all this time would probably have like a defense class of some sort. So you would have a fighting art. So we're going to make that this evening.
Okay.
When you close your eyes and think about your character, what do you in particular, do you see them using a weapon?
I see them using elemental attack, actually.
Okay.
But
So like shooting a fireball or shooting
Yeah.
whatever element you decide to go
yeah,
with?
they're not going to be. They're small, and they're not going to be. They're going to be squishy, so they're going to want to do something that's ranged that gives them kind of an edge. I also imagine that they probably would have like a scythe or something on them, or sickle. I mean, not a scythe, but like a sickle or a scimitar, something.
Like a harvesting tool that could
Yeah,
be used.
because spending 6 years in the fields, they're going to know that. Like they'll have comfort or familiarity with that kind of tool.
Okay. Okay. So when you are picturing your character casting a spell, like you were saying, elemental attack, is it coming out of their hands? Is it coming out of
Yeah.
a staff? Is it coming out of their sickle?
I imagine that depending on the spell, the sickle could be a focus, but it's most likely going to be their hands.
Okay. All right. So it might be that we don't need to do a fighting art for you then. If you're not going to be doing any kind of like physical fighting, you're just going to be doing casting.
Yeah.
And that. All right. So with your general skills, you could pick up the skill for sickle if you wanted to, or sword or whatever. But that's something you don't have to, and you could just learn it as you go.
Yeah, I would want to. It sort of fits the aesthetic for how I have this character pictured, and also I think it's just a bad idea to put all your eggs in one basket. If something happens that prevents him from or her from being able to cast a spell, she needs that.
Okay. All right. So from the skills that we went through, let's jump over to that. We're going to look at the long skill list. What is the first one that you on your list?
Animal husbandry.
Animal husbandry. So the reason that I'm going through these is because the root stat.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll kind of give you an idea of what you want your stronger stat to be. Because I feel like naturally, if these are the skills that you have, your stat for that would be higher. Animal husbandry is a will-based skill.
Okay.
And what's the
Next is fire building.
fire building? Fire building, EFG. Fire building is perception.
Okay. And then read.
Read. I'm pretty sure this would be perception as well, but I will double check myself. Because sometimes I am surprised. Yeah, it's perception.
Calligraphy.
Calligraphy. Calligraphy. Is perception / agility.
Okay. And then for the 3 schools of magic, I went with advantage, elemental attack, and trait.
Okay. Perfect. I like it.
Cool.
So each one of those to unlock would be 2 skill points, as with any other magic skill. And there's skills that they're like armor training or shield training or mounted combat. They don't increase, they just unlock. And once you have it, you just use your sorcery skill.
Okay. So on those, they don't have a root?
No, they're just, once you unlock them, you've unlocked them.
Okay.
Did it not give you sorcery or anything with those? With the let me double check myself. So you said it was 4. Conjure magic. Put sorcery on there.
Okay.
Because it seems like that's like the main stat for your skill. So yeah, definitely put sorcery on there.
Okay.
I'm not sure why it didn't have that.
What's the...
I'm just double checking. And sorcery, I'm going to guess as well, but... I'm wrong. It's perception. See, that's why I double check myself.
There's not a cost column for skills.
No, it's because it's so when you choose your skills, when you have to unlock them with your skill points, and when you do it every skill has a root stat. That's what we've been going over. So you take your root stat and half it, and that's what it starts off with. So it has the root, and then you would write, when you unlock it, I guess it would be, so like if your will was 4 and you unlocked it, you would start with a 2, and then every other skill point you put in it would go 3, 4, 5. It would increase it by 1. So the initial unlock for regular skills is 1, for our magical skills is 2.
So if, like, my mental pool is 8, if I have, say, 5 perception, I can only unlock 4 of these?
No. So with looking at the skills that it gave you, you can see like your character kind of leans towards one or the other. So if you have your skill points that were up here, 17. So you could spend 2 of those to unlock your sorcery, 2 to unlock the 3 different schools of magic. So that would be 4. So that would be 8 of your 17. And you'd have 9 left to unlock any of the other ones. And if you didn't want to advance them any, you wouldn't have to. But I would definitely advance something.
Just me mentally, it helps if I have.
So before we spend the points, I'm sure you can look at that list of skills and say, okay, I want this, I don't want that kind of thing. So that gives you an educated decision on where to allocate your attribute points. How you want to put the skills that...
Well, these are required in sorcery. I don't have anything else that's not required, except fire building.
Well, there was some.
No, I haven't added anything.
You didn't write down any of the other ones that...
No, because I want to look at them and see what...
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So those are the ones that are required. Okay. So besides fire building, how many of them are there?
3.
Okay. And the 3 magic schools and sorcery, that'd be 4. So that'd be 8 of your points so far. If you were to unlock those, which I'm guessing you probably do because you're a magic character. So knowing that, you have 9 points left. So you could choose 9 other skills and just start off with the base stats that they come with. I don't recommend that. I mean, you'll advance really quickly because you'll have lower skills, and by using them you'll grow faster. But then you'll have a hard time getting stuff done. So before you choose your skills, I guess take a moment and look at the skills that it has written down on page 405 of the book. Or I can just read them out to you and you can write them down if you want.
Well, I can look at them. I'm not quite following how it unlocks and advances. So if I've got 9 points after the school, then there's 3 here. So that just leaves me with 6. But I don't want to add 6 more?
So if you look at the stats, like sorcery is perception. So you have your mental stat over here on the side.
Which is 8.
And if you were going to put 4 and 4, so your perception would be 4 in this situation. And then you unlock sorcery for 2 points. you look at this base stat, and that would give you a 2 in it, because that's half of whatever the base stat is. And every point after that you can put into it gives it an additional dice, because each one of these points is just dice. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so instead of adding 6 more skills, I could feasibly just
Be really
take
good
that
at these
6.
skills.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
So it's like it's like a double-edged sword. It's like
Yeah.
you can make your character broader, but not higher with skills, or you can make them really good at those things and they're not great at anything else.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just a decision you decide to make.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bear Dango has left the table.
Is this half rounded down? Like if I have an odd number for a stat, is it going to be
It'd be rounded down.
rounded down? Okay.
Yeah. So that does kind of change some people's ideas. Like, well, I don't want to round it down. There are certain stats, or certain things that will round up, but very few. So that is what you're doing, and we're going to jump back to our dwarf while you're checking what skills you'd want to keep.
So,
How old
stat distribution,
How old is your character?
205.
A wee lad.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Let's see. It's where am I on the grand scheme of things?
Oh. I've got it right here.
It goes to 600. So,
You said 225?
205.
205.
So I'm in the 10 and 18.
10 and...
10 and 18.
Yeah.
So I'm getting +4 to mental from life paths. And
Mine says 10 and 17.
are you looking at the row above it for 199?
No, I'm looking at elves. I'm stupid.
That would also be
Incorrect.
incorrect.
I flipped to the wrong one. 2 and 8. All right. You're on the right one. I'm on the wrong one. I want to keep moving forward.
Yep. So grand total of 14 mental and 19 physical.
All right.
So the great thing is all of my skills are either will or perception.
I mean, it seems like you go a certain direction, and it's pretty powerful.
Yep. So I'm just going to split that 7 and 7.
Makes sense.
And
7 is a really high. That's great.
yeah. And I have 19 physical to spend on stuff that I don't have any physical skills for. So,
Well, that being said, before you put those in,
yes.
we had discussed a fighting art for you.
Yes.
While you're not a frontline fighter, you have been through military training. You have
Very dangerous over short distances.
yes. What do you picture your dwarven character? He gets in a scuffle. Mm-hmm. What do you picture? Is he bear
Yeah.
brawling? Is
Yeah.
he Has he got a knife? Is he
No. Think about where this guy came from. Right? He sold stuff on the street. He was a husband. He listened to other people, swear oaths, and they started throwing metal bits at the ground. So I think this guy's a scrapper.
Okay.
When he does fight, it's just fists.
Is he tapping into his magical powers to see the fates of the threads of fate? Is that something you think that could be
As like a long-term
right?
thing, yeah.
Like a goal to work toward.
Yeah.
essentially.
Yeah.
So I'm putting you on the spot here.
Yes.
What type of fighting, because you get to name your fighting art, you get to, we're going to actually just take the scripture paper and make it as we go.
Okay.
So if you want to look at the rubric here, or not the rubric, so you want to name it, give a little blurb, and then you're going to have a row with exponents, you're going to have the different forms you would have. So, like, they have this one here is street fighting, and it's got forms: bare fist, found weapon, which is like using chairs and stuff, knife, axe, chains. I'm not sure if any of that interests you. I don't know if your character is going to be picking up chairs or using weapons, or is he using a shield? Is he throwing dice at people or a piece? Like, is that some? What do you? Because we're assuming that you're starting off at this one, so you would have to have a base in this fighting art, the skill of a 2 to start off with that.
Yep.
Where is this form going, if it goes anywhere?
Okay.
And then you got default fighting actions, which essentially are just the actions that you'll have the cards for.
Right.
And everybody starts with the, I'm trying to read this upside down, avoid, block, push, and strike actions.
Is there a set number of techniques?
No.
Like how does
We're creating, this is examples.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, you could have one that's like fly, or it could be like bellowing shout, and it just like we're creating this as we go. It just has to be it has to be high enough for you to try to.
So once you successfully learn it, it becomes a fighting action that you can.
It is a technique that you can unlock, and therefore you can do that action. It gives you another, because these are your default fighting actions, and this gives you more fighting actions.
Okay, that's what I was double checking on. Let me get the just 1 through 5.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish they would come out with, like, Luke Crane, if you're ever watching or listening, I wish you guys would come out for something a bit more detailed. Like this book is great. I love about 50% of it. The war stuff is a lot. Whew. But the fighting arts is what I was really excited about, and I wanted more guidance a little bit, how to create this. And it goes into it, but it doesn't hit me over the head with it. So,
Okay.
I feel like
So we're gonna start bare fist
for your forms.
for forms.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm gonna kind of jump all over the place. So I think if the long term, the highest technique would be like a foresight.
Okay. What does that look like to you?
So I don't know how to balance it, but in flavor, I can imagine that on a particular volley, like the first volley of the round,
Right.
being able to see what the next 2 are, what the next 1 is, and make 1 swap or something like that, right? Because it's like you saw it coming, and you were able to react to it. Or maybe it's like how, I don't remember what that one action is in Duel of Wits. That's kind of like a coup de grace. Like if they don't block it, it's just argument over. Maybe the foresight is, waiting for a specific moment in time where they're vulnerable. And if you match against, like, if they do an avoid and you have queued up the foresight for your volley, it's like, I knew you were going to avoid it, and you walked into something like that. I get to see that playing out either way.
I like the idea of with bringing it back to the mechanic of the game, of being able to decide. You let your opponent put the cards down, and then you get to maybe point at one and like make me or whoever you're playing against flip that card over before you play your cards. That seems pretty powerful.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. So that could be that.
Okay.
So what this is it's learning obstacles. You have to get in. Somebody has to teach you this.
Right. Okay.
So the instructor would roll, and then you have to roll whatever the base stat is, which I would say would probably be for that would be like will or perception, because you're looking at
the rune casting is will or perception,
Yeah.
so that would make sense. So it's a will perception of like 3.
And then this is street fighting here, so it has SF. So whatever you decide to put your fighting art to be called, where it's like fists of the future fists or something like that.
Okay.
You would have to show this off to somebody. It doesn't have to be your teacher. It has to be somebody, though. You'd have to demonstrate that you can do it before you unlock this. Those are the 3 tests you need before you can
The
unlock
instructor test, the stat test,
Right.
and then the test within the art,
it. Right.
like as a okay.
So that's your end goal.
Yep.
Well, I'm thinking that's pretty cool. So
I think that's pretty cool too.
I think instructor showing you, I'm going to say would probably be a 3.
Okay. I just followed their scale there. And
No, it's still there.
Put a 4.
The first test, the instructor would be ob 3.
Okay.
I mean, it could still be the last thing on the list.
Oh,
It's
that's,
just
okay. That's fair.
instructor ob
That's fair.
3. And then I feel like the will/perception would be much higher, because this is something you got to like unlock on yourself.
Okay.
So I would say that'd be a 5.
Okay.
And then we'll go back to a 4 there.
Okay.
So between that being the last step, are there any other things you think would be interesting for your characters, like fighting art? Just to kind of give you steps towards it. And if Eli also has
So
one.
maybe this is a form, but part of the rune casting is obviously carrying around runes. My gut reaction is to say pocket sand, right? Like,
Okay.
just
Fighting
throw my runes in your face.
the sands of fate.
It's pocket sands, exactly. So maybe that's like a technique that does like a minus to their test.
Okay.
But I don't know that I want to do that because I don't want to lose my runes. If I throw them in someone's
just gotta
face,
pick 'em up
I don't want to have to
afterwards.
go afterwards and try to retrieve them all.
Maybe they're like you're taking them and like breaking them in your hand and like crushing them into sand and throwing them.
Maybe.
So then you have to take like a crafting skill where you have to like.
Or they're magnetic, and I buy.
They're magnetic runes.
They're ferrous, and I buy a magnet bar like contractors have on wheels, and just roll the battlefield with it until it picks them all
Gotta
up.
find all my runes at the end of the fight.
Sorry, guys. I need to take the whole day to do this.
That was my favorite rune.
Yeah, that was my favorite room.
I like it. I like the pocket sand. I also like the idea of throwing runes.
Yeah. I mean, they're heavy metal objects,
Yeah.
so
So I feel like for one of your up here, whether it be the 3 or 4, like these, the exponent doesn't have to match up with it.
Yeah.
One of them should be throwing then,
okay.
and so that you could start throwing
Yeah. Yeah.
runes and stuff at people. And then the technique could be pocket sand or something like that. And we've got till Sunday to kind of flesh out, ruminate, think about because this is just us creating it on camera, and the final product when we meet Sunday for the one shot, because
Yeah.
we're going to be playing our characters for the one shot. So you got pocket sand. Give me one more.
Another technique
I almost think that
or another form.
either or.
Okay.
I was thinking technique. Is there something intimidating, or you could be like, I know, like it's kind of intimidating someone during combat, and be like, I know how your end. I can see where your road goes, and you're gonna die to a yak or so. I don't know. Like you are trying to intimidate them with the future, or intimidating with your future. Like I know where I'm going to die, and it's not today.
Yeah.
Kneecap punch. That's spitballing here.
Yeah. Yeah, so because one of my skills is also ugly truth, which is,
My favorite of the dwarvish.
Yeah. So I think that
social skills.
that kind of threads in nicely, that very blunt, obtrusive overlaid on top of
I
that.
know the day of my death, and it's not today.
Yep.
Your bangs are bad.
Yep, exactly. Okay. So for the purposes of intimidation,
I get the word foreboding.
yeah.
Maybe foreboding intimidation.
Looming shadows is what comes to mind for me.
Yeah. I like it.
Like sending Eeyore clouds on top of it.
Okay.
Okay.
And it essentially unlocks the intimidation skill for you. And that one's not that hard. So it'll be something along the lines of like 2, 2, and 2 in all of your tests.
What about the pocket sand?
Again, you're just throwing pockets into people's I'd say 2, 2, and 2.
Okay.
Sure. Just for the sake of it. So that being said, with your bare-knuckled fighting, that is... They put bare-knuckle fighting in here, but it's... what is the actual skill?
Brawl?
Brawl. That's... And brawl is...
In the bees.
Power.
Yeah. Pow pow.
And then intimidation will be willpower.
Will or power?
Sorry, will.
Okay.
Sorry. Too many games are in my head. And then throwing is...
That's got to be power too. Right?
I'm thinking it's perception.
Yeah?
I think it is. Is my...
Well, you would be wrong, because it's nothing, because throwing is... I'm in the traits. I did the U. I did those like...
Hey, it happens. Throwing... TH... Gotta find it. It is agility. So that gives you an idea of where to put your physical stats as well.
Yep. Okay.
So I'm going to step away from you and go back to Eli after my... I like where my cord is.
Just banging on the microphone.
Our technical person is telling me I am a peasant and I don't know what I'm doing. Eli,
Yes.
how goes it over here?
All right, I have the rest of my skills.
All right.
I have 2 skill points left over.
Okay. So how have you allocated your stats?
So with my mental pool, I did 2 will and 6 perception because I have 1 skill that uses will. Everything else is perception, including all of the magic stuff.
Okay.
So I felt like that was a little important. Physical, I did agility is 4, everything else is 3.
Okay.
And then, because I'm assigning sickle to being knives,
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
which is agility.
Makes sense. All right. So with you've unlocked the 4 that we talked about, the 3 different magic schools and sorcery.
Yeah, and then I did astrology and aura reading.
Okay. All right. And then once you unlocked it, they were all based in...
Well, you mean the root?
Yeah.
Perception.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, animal husbandry is the only one based in will. aura reading is will and perception.
So that one you would take it, add it together, and divide it, and then divide it again, essentially. Yeah. All right. So you've got how many skill points left over?
2.
And have you advanced any of these skills after unlocking them?
I don't.
So with the extra points, you can add so with your base stat being a 6, you would get a 3, by unlocking all these skills.
So where do I put on here what? Because it just goes root, advances, and final exponent.
So you're next to root, you would write because the root, half of whatever the root is.
There's a little room. All right, so that's 1. That's 3, 3, 3, 3. So if it's like P / or perception / agility, that would be half of perception plus half of agility.
So you would take the 2 things, add it together, and then find the mean, and then half of that.
Yeah. So 5, because 6 + 4 is 10.
10, so 5, and then half of 5 would be 2.5, so 2.
Okay. Well, that's worse than just perception or agility.
Well, it's 2.5, so I mean, yeah.
I know, but like agility is, yeah. Okay, anyway. All right. So it's 2. It's 3, 3. That's going to be 1, I guess.
Which again, low skills are not bad. You can use them to help people and get level them up that way.
Yeah. Or a reading would be 2 + 6 is 8. Half does 4, half does 2. So it's not terrible. At least it's not a 1. And then agility would be 2. Okay. So then advances, I would take my plus the 2 I've got left,
And you can add.
there.
You can increase those by 1 or by 2.
Okay. So I'll do that here. So I just don't feel like I'm doing it right. Or like I'm filling it out right.
Well, we'll use this character on Sunday, and then we'll move it around. If you don't if you're like, oh man, I wish that had been a little bit different.
Well, no, I don't feel like I'm filling this out right.
I mean,
so advances.
This is all trash. We're going to throw this away and have this on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
So this is just a worksheet. This is made for note taking. This is made for being sloppy.
Okay. So final exponent would be what the final result is?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What did you put your 2 the 2 extra points in?
1 in animal husbandry and 1 in aura reading.
Okay. I'm almost kind of surprised you didn't put in sorcery.
Well, I thought about it. Like, I don't know how important animal husbandry is going to be.
I don't know either. that's the weird part. It just depends on what kind of trouble you guys get into, or what you guys are going towards.
You know what? We're going to do. So if I put it in sorcery, that automatically applies it to the skulls?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're doing that then.
It seems like that's where the majority of your skill points went. So I
Yeah.
thought,
Cool. All right. So
all right, I'm going to just flip over here to the traits.
okay.
Can I ask you a question while you're doing that?
Sure.
Is it just a single point to open our fighting style as a skill?
Correct.
Okay.
It's a single point, and then if you wanted to, I'm about to point at this. If you wanted to unlock further things, which some people want to have their fighting, like they want to be a master fighter right off the bat. I don't get that feeling from you, but maybe. You just got to have the exponent for whatever in that.
Yep.
Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a resource test, a resource expenditure to buy any of these.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't two points to open this.
No,
Okay.
it is 1. The only thing for you that's 2 points are the ones that are magical.
Yep. I'm happy if the fighting art has open D6s.
It probably wouldn't. No.
I mean, I'm okay if it does.
No, it probably wouldn't.
Okay. I'm just saying I'm okay if it does. I just want you to know that.
So, question with the skills:
Okay.
by making all of my magic stuff 4, is that that's gonna make it harder to advance, right?
It'll make it hard to advance, but I don't know if you've looked at, like, magic spells become very large. So it's like, it can, like, if you're trying to do anything that's beyond affecting one person, it can get large exponents. So I think
Yeah.
that's probably, player to GM, that's your probably the best place to put that point.
Cool. All right. That's what we're doing then.
Before we go to traits, do you have, how many general skill points do you have? It should be up in your life path. Did it give you any?
No, I had none.
Okay. Well, then never mind.
Yeah. I just sat in a field and slashed things
Oh,
and
no,
picked them up.
you have 3 right next to the
Oh, general.
Yeah, 3.
Sorry. Yeah, 3.
All right, so have you,
I was looking at skill.
let's look at that before we go any further.
Okay.
It sounded like you wanted to take daggers.
I did knives, so yeah.
Knives.
Oh,
So that would, because that was not on your list of skills. You can you can get skills that are not on your skill list.
well, in that case, I have one more extra one to stick somewhere.
There you go. That might not be a bad, like, you could put that in animal handling if you wanted to.
Okay, so if I had 3 general and I did sickle
So that's
or
that.
knives, I mean,
So unlocking
Yeah.
that is 1, and
Yeah.
you have 2 points left.
cool.
Is there any other skill that you foresee this character, like, oh, their time in the fields led them to do something, or, you know?
I would probably want to add 1 to that,
Okay.
and then maybe 1 to fire building.
Okay. That's easy. Please stop. Don't make my job easier.
Or reading. I'm also trying to figure out how important is calligraphy.
Calligraphy is like, if I would say, like, writing a letter or doing something that you're going to send to nobility, or writing a letter back to the school or something like that.
'Cause
I don't. To me, it doesn't seem that important, but
Yeah. All right. Yeah. We'll say.
I see you writing, like, using your write skill and forking in calligraphy as an extra dice to make it look more official.
Oh, so I need a writing skill?
I mean, you would definitely need a writing skill if you have calligraphy. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
Oh.
one.
So then I would put that last point in writing. And I believe writing, I got it right here in front of me, is probably a perception. But it's perception agility.
Okay. 2. Sun is going to be 3. All right.
Perfect.
Cool.
All right, jumping over to traits. You have a long list of common traits, being a rodent.
Oh, wait. I just realized I don't get to add +1 because writing takes up a skill. Because it wasn't in my list.
It was.
Mm-mm.
It was in the.
It was an option, but it wasn't in this list.
Oh.
4, 6, 8,
Yeah, let's see.
13, 14, 15, 16.
Yeah, and junior student, you got read, and you got write, ancient history, circulation, illuminations, astrology, and symbology. So it was an option. It just wasn't one you were forced to take.
Oops. So really, I have 20 skill points.
Well, the general skills can be used for things that are not in the skills that you got from your life paths.
Okay,
So-
that changes everything then.
Sorry, I apologize. That's why I saved those for last, and
Yeah.
because it gives you the list of things you can take from your life paths.
Well, the only thing, I didn't have anything, like, so except animal husbandry and fire building under
When
the field.
I read them off, like your first one, you had to take animal husbandry, but fire building was like
It was optional, but I wanted to take that.
But in the junior one, you had read that you had to take, and then you got the option to take write, ancient history, circulations, illuminations, astrology, and symbology.
Yeah. No, I'm talking about the plus ones, or not the plus ones, but my additional skill points. So,
Well, I mean, those are all ones you could have taken out of that main pool.
okay. So the knives is a general.
Right.
Okay, so we'll do this. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I'm basically just sitting on 2 general skill points that right now I don't have anywhere to apply them.
Okay.
But I also now only have 15 out of 17 being used for the regular ones. So one's sorcery. This one plus this, and then what was it I said? R reading. Okay, so that uses those up. And then I'm going to throw one in sickle, and that uses those up. So these are all gone, and I have one left over of these. Okay.
And in chat, Cool Blue asks if the players will encounter a murder hobo on their journeys.
I am a murder hobo.
You are a murder. See, we don't need to encounter. We already have one. We brought our own.
I am a cute, fuzzy little murder hobo who looks like Mrs. Brisby from The Rats of Nim.
As long as you don't look like the scary owls.
The owl was scary.
Those owls are terrifying.
So you said you had 3 points left over. It sounds like you put them away.
I have 1 general skill point left over.
I distinctly remember you saying that you wanted to ride a particular character.
Yes. So that's a general skill point?
You could spend that for riding.
Excellent.
I want to keep my place here, and I will look up.
I'm assuming that's probably agility.
I think it's willpower. Again, I may be wrong, but I think I remember. Yep, it's willpower.
So will/power?
No, just will. Sorry, I'm
Well,
will. I'm too many different role-playing games.
it's just that the power is awesome.
Yes, this is your strength stat essentially.
Okay. I'll probably fall off a lot because that's just 1.
I mean,
That's how you get checks to learn.
yeah, starting off with 1 is the best thing because
Yeah.
it allows you to at least try. Whereas if you don't have the skill, then you're going to fail a lot.
Yeah.
All right, jumping over to our traits, moving right along, we're doing great. Rodents have a long list, just like dwarves, of common traits that they're definitely going to get.
All right.
The first one they have is a seer's likeness. A seer is the daughter of the planet. She is like the harvest goddess who many of the rodent worship. So a seer's likeness is a die trait. And that's essentially where it gives them the one where they're covered in short fur, they have large ears, long tails. It essentially boils down to it makes them furry and whatnot. That's on page 445.
Okay.
So for the sake of the paper, you just need to write the title and then that it's a die trait. DT.
I don't know how to spell it. I'm looking at it.
Oh, yeah, it's right there on 445 on the it should like the nest.
445, not 446.
No,
Okay. AECER. Okay.
the second one is a call-on trait, so CO, and that's coat of fur. It lets you withstand rain and cold with little worry. And it's a call on for health and fort tests related to weather or wetness. The third one is communal, which is a die trait as well. It just essentially gives you a die trait with their family nest, and you get to name that nest and its location.
Cool.
It does say that your kind do not like to be alone. If they are, they're usually exiled or something. So, the next one is enlarged incisors. They get to bite people.
Sharp, pointy teeth.
They continually grow through life and need to be filed regularly. They're sharp and can be used to bite opponents, and it gives you a weapon stat. So we'll add that to your weapon stat when we get to that point. Tail is your next one, and that's a character trait, so it doesn't do anything. It's just something there for role-playing purposes. And it says that they range from 1.5, or so half to 1 pace long. They're furry tails. I think you were picturing like the kangaroo rats with the little fur at the end.
Yeah.
I like it. The next trait's the large ears. It's another die trait, and it gives you +1 to perception rolls involving hearing. It also has a factor in your reflexes.
Yay.
Skittish is the last one. That it's also a die trait. Rodent don't like loud noises or surprises. So it increases your hesitation by 1 for steal caused by fear or surprise. Hesitation for more than one action indicates a rodent must flee. So if you hear a boom or you get scared, you have to run away. Nope, right out of there. So for the traits that you collected through your life paths, I know that we talked about the bully one you didn't want.
Yeah.
I think the rest of them you had to take.
Yes, I had to do vegetarian, broken in, hazed, and graduate.
Okay. Did you have any trait points left over?
I have 3 left over.
Ooh. Were there any of the other ones that you had that you wanted that were cheap, on the cheap? I'm flipping back to the list of.
Pages don't want to separate. There we go.
Bully.
Oh wait, broken in is actually 2 points.
Oh, okay. But you need the gifted one.
Oh, animal husbandry and fire building are also 2 points.
No. That's just showing how many points you have
Oh.
from that life path. That's just 1 point.
Oh. Never mind. Yeah. All right. Then it's not 2. Okay.
So to get the gift, to get sorcerer, you'd have to have gifted. So that's one you definitely want to spend
Yes.
a point on. The second sight and Fey Blood look interesting. Fey Blood is essentially, I know it says Fey, but you could have like Elvish blood, Dwarvish blood, Demon blood, that type of thing.
Since I kind of went with
Or the second sight one.
went with the aura reading and astrology, I was thinking second sight.
That makes total sense. That costs 1 for you since it's in your life path.
But I also am really curious about Fey Blood.
I'm looking it up right now.
3, 4, 5. I mean, I have 2 left. I could do both of them.
Oh, you have 2 left?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because I had 7 total. I've only spent 5.
There you go. Let's see. So Fey Blood reads, the blood of the elder folk runs through you. This character may choose one trait from the elf, dwarf, or orc trait list. Life path or common racial traits are free. Normal costs apply to special traits. So, you get to do some research. Before that, second sight. So before you spend the points on second sight, you might want to see maybe if there's something that you want, if it costs more.
Yeah.
Second sight. With second sight, the character can peer vaguely into the shifting shadows of the spirit world. It's a powerful, multifaceted ability. Through an act of concentration, they can push through the veil of reality to see the other side. This costs one action in a fight, but otherwise can be done at will. Second sight grants the ability to discern if something is magical or not. You would test your perception, and it has a long list of things that you can figure out. If successful, the character knows the item, the person, or the effects of its magic. They don't know exactly what the magic does. Second sight is one of the abilities that allows the character to use the aura reading skill.
Okay, so I do have to have it then, I think. Because I don't think I've got... Hang on.
Okay. I mean, you have the points for both of them. You just won't be able to take any of the larger points, or any of the larger traits from another one. While you're looking that up, I'm looking over here at Dreadbear's paper and all the things that have been marked through. Taking full advantage of the worksheet. I like it.
You got to work the worksheet.
Got to work that worksheet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely sticking with second sight.
Okay.
And you don't have a... We're not going to have a chance to get any more trait points, right? Like this is
No.
it. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to research Feyblood.
But you can get traits. You just don't buy them. You can be
Yeah.
awarded them.
There will be like a voting session where you're amongst your peers where they're
Yeah.
like, you've been doing something a lot, and we think that you deserve this trait.
Yeah. So, and with Feyblood, I get certain life trait, like whichever line I go with, I get.
You can take one of the
I
traits.
can take one of them.
Yeah, whatever one it is.
Okay.
From
Yeah.
the basic ones.
Cool. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with that.
Okay.
I also need to go through and just double check astrology and make sure I don't need anything for that.
No, astrology you don't need anything for. It's not magical in nature. Anybody can learn astrology because it's just looking at the stars. But it is a fun skill. It just is a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
Because if you roll a 1 on that dice, then it goes away. Because the stars were not aligned.
Oh, I lose the skill completely?
No, you
Oh,
just
oh,
like
yeah,
if you're
I-
rolling to pull a dice.
yeah.
If you roll a 6, it keeps blowing up. But if you roll a 1, it does the
Yeah.
opposite. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
the stars were not aligned.
I could have
Okay.
told you that.
All right. So while you're looking at the other races and their traits, I'm going to jump back over to Bear.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, hello again.
Hi.
So,
So
what is your skills?
last time we met, we were dividing stat pools.
Okay.
So I went 7 and 7, will and fort because of my skills, and then with the 19 physical, I kind of did an even distribution, 5 to power for my fighting arts, and then because of all the other derived stats, speed felt a little bit like a dump, so I just went 5, 5, 5, and then 4 speed.
Dumb stat.
So-
Get it.
Yep. And I think I've got the traits figured out. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 common traits
What are they?
for dwarves. Dwarves are accustomed to the dark, bearded, greed.
Did you put quotation marks on that one?
I did.
Okay.
I did. Verbal quotation marks. I said it in italics. Oath sworn, shaped from earth and stone, stout and tough. Most of those are die traits. The bearded is a character trait. So I have 3 traits that are required for my life paths. Dispute settler from being a husband, folksy wisdom as a longbeard, and slave to fate as a rune caster. So that's 3 of my 8 trait points. I'm going to buy Oath Swearer, also from the Longbeard life path. So that sets me up for the last 2 that I'm going to purchase. So the first is Grudge Keeper for 1 point.
Tell me about that.
So Grudge Keeper kind of does a trick on a couple of the other traits. So whereas most dwarves would swear an oath, and in fact dwarves have a special 4th belief dedicated to their oath, I swear grudges.
So does
I
that
swear
something-
vengeance.
Has that happened? Sorry, I hear Batman the animated version, the animated series, like I am vengeance, I am the night. Has that a change that happened because of the loss of the homeland, or what is the mindset behind that? You went from oaths to grudges.
Yeah. So the way that I'm thinking that this is played out is as a Longbeard. Yes, this guy spent 77 years listening to people say, I swear I'm going to do this, I swear I'm going to do that, right? And they go off and do it or they don't, whatever. After hearing that so often and so long, I think that's where the kind of the magical threads of fate started to reveal themselves, where this inclination that eventually becomes the runecaster kind of comes from.
Okay.
Right? I heard so many people say what they're going to do that I now start seeing the future. Runecasters are, they are in the outcast setting, right? So I think that made him very bitter. Right? He lost his family, he lost his station, and that is the transition. That bitterness was the transition from oaths to grudges.
Okay.
So the Grudge Keeper swears oaths like they would a grudge. And if you have Oath Swear, which I do, you can hear other people swear grudges. So if a dwarf came and said, I have a grudge, right, and I swear revenge, if they want to make that their oath, right, they could swear it to me. I don't know that happens, but there's a synergy there.
It's our world. We can do it.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then yeah.
So the other, for 3 trait points, this is that said where I said I'm going to come back to that slave of fate thing. I'm going to buy Dreamer. Okay. So Dreamer is a die trait that allows a character to have lifelike and portentous quality dreams, the primary function of which is to allow the character to have visions in the dreams that are always relevant to the game at hand, and the player becomes an intermediary for information between the GM and the rest of the group.
All right.
So I'm a slave to fate. I see this around me, and I see it so much, it is in my dreams.
I almost like you were describing Grudge Keeper to me.
Yeah.
And I'm seeing your character, like the evolution of this character where people are coming to you and like, this is what I'm going to do. And like, it goes from this is what I'm going to do to should I do this? Like they're asking you and you're throwing the runes. Be like, is this possible? Like it's.
Yep.
like where your character almost became jaded, and you're like, you're not going to do that. I'm like, are you sure? Like, and I don't know. Let's find out. Like this thing where they were so sure when they came to you, and then it slowly evolved into them coming to ask if they could do it because they wanted to know their future.
Yeah. So, if any dwarves would come to me, like that's like some back alley stuff.
Because dwarves,
Rune casting is not accepted
right?
by dwarves. So if any of them did, right, that would be a very scandalous thing. But humans, elves, it's like astrology. Right? It's like star reading. Maybe met with some...
Miss Cleo, like
Call me now. I'm not gonna. Nope, she's in jail. Maybe.
she's in jail, but Petty's not. P Diddy's not. Damn. Sorry.
Tax evasion. They got Wesley Snipes too. So.
Seeing a trend.
Yep. Fortune tellers.
Didn't see that coming.
What was I saying? But dwarves and elves and humans and stuff like that, it's not uncommon for them to seek out, answers in the stars or something like
Right.
that. Whether they see that from a dwarf who can do that as a different class of,
Yeah, it's interesting. It's a different take. I've run this campaign a number of times, and I've never had this lineup of characters, so it'd be very different. Like everybody's like, "Aren't you tired of running this campaign?" I'm like, "No, actually, I really enjoy it because every time I do it, it's totally different because the players bring in characters that are totally different and affect this in a totally different way."
Yeah, and I'm thinking about some relationships for later that maybe feed into that, or affiliations that feed into that a little bit.
I know that I'm getting ahead of myself, but have either of you looked at buying NPCs?
Yes.
Okay.
No.
I figured you were with your wife.
My wife.
I think you're kind of resource poor too. But what is your resources on your worksheet?
Oh, 18.
What is your resources?
79.
It's a bit of a difference.
Yeah.
So, because you didn't make any money, you were just going to school, and you're a broke college kid, fresh out of college. Not eating ramen anymore, but you're still you haven't got your job yet.
Living off of potatoes and rice.
Fortunately, those things are both delicious if you add butter. You are jumping right ahead.
Oh, I like that one.
So looking at the traits you've got,
Yes. Looking at the traits I've got.
we've already gone over it. You were told you walked me through that beautifully. So the next step, the seventh step, is the attributes.
derived attributes.
Correct.
Mhm. Yep. So that works out to 7 health, 5 steel, 5 reflex, 11 mortal wound, and 2 greed. And now that is before all the question and answers that do adjustments.
We'll do that now. Seems like a great time to do that. This is your first time playing a dwarf, right?
This is my first time playing a dwarf. I have answered similar questions for elves in the past, because I love a good grief.
Good grief, Charlie Brown. Well, before we jump that, I'm going to jump back over to Eli. Have you found the
Yes.
trait that you want to tie into Fable?
All right. So, a couple of things. First of all, I discovered you do not have to have writing to have calligraphy. Calligraphy is required for writing. So, I did symbology
That makes sense.
instead. I went with Essence of the Earth from Elves for my Feyblade.
Okay.
So,
Can you give me the...
yes. Basically, I cannot get sick. So, I do not have to take health tests for fatigue or poison.
Oh.
And I cannot fall ill. And I also am not affected by heat or cold.
That is nice.
Yep.
It's real nice.
Yeah. So it is a dice. Oops. I'll pick that up in a second. It is a dice trait because where are those?
I mean,
Here we go. All right. So, thank you. All right. So, I gain +1. Oh, sorry. I do not have to take health tests for illness. I gain +1 dice for health and fort tests for resisting fatigue and poison.
okay. Yeah, that's great. Like that's nice. I like it. I think that'll tie in well. So you've got all your traits done.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we've both caught up to that. So let's flip over to the other side. This is about where the other group, their eyes are starting to gloss over, but we're going a lot faster than them. So I'm loving it. I'm going to see derived stat page. Can you spin the spinner? It's almost like
Chat asks,
blue
chat
is
gets.
only here for spinners.
Yeah. I heard he rides on them sometimes.
Boo. Derived stats, character wording. Fancy a skill. Am I just character burner? Yep. I kept flipping at the wrong part of the book. Skills, attributes. Step 7. What's the first one that it has? It's health.
Health.
So I'm going to ask you some questions.
Mm-hmm.
I know you've probably already answered them, but for the sake of the chat, the starting health is your average of a will in your fort, rounded down.
Okay.
Health may be modified by the player's answers to the following questions. Does your character live in squalor and filth?
No.
Is the character frail or sickly?
No.
Clearly not. You, Fabla. Was the character severely wounded in the past?
No.
Has the character been tortured or enslaved?
No.
Are you a dwarf, elf, or orc? No.
No. Just a little elf blood thrown in there.
And what else? Okay. Is the character athletic or active? I mean, my guess, and again, just as your character, you can veto. You've been at school. You've not
Yeah.
been
I'm not like out running laps.
right. So I would think
I would
no.
say no.
But does the character live in a really clean and happy place like the hills and the sound of music?
I would say clean and she's happy there.
Okay. So then you can add 1 for that.
Okay.
So that gives you a total health of
3.
3. Excuse me. And then what's the next stat?
Steel.
Steel.
Base steel is a 3.
Mm-hmm.
Players should answer the following questions regarding their character's history. Also, 5 yes answers can be used to buy. No, we can't do that. We're not doing Gray Shade. Has the character taken a conscript, soldier, bandit, squire, or knight life path? No. Has the character ever been severely wounded? You said no. Has the character ever murdered or killed with their own hands?
No.
Has the character been tortured, enslaved, or beaten terribly over time?
No.
Has the character led a sheltered, a life free from violence and pain?
Yes.
So you're going to reduce your steel by 1.
Okay.
So you're down to 2 so far. Has the character been raised in a competitive but non-violent culture? Sports, debates, strategy games, courting?
I would say it's competitive in the tower, just not.
I
Yeah.
would- so that raises you back up to 3.
Okay.
Has the character given birth to a child?
No.
Is the character gifted or faithful? Yeah.
Yes.
Then you can raise your steel by 1.
Okay.
So you're at 4. The character's perception is 6 or higher?
Yes.
You can raise your still by 1.
Okay.
Is your will stat 5 or higher?
No.
If is the character's fort 6 or higher?
No.
Okay. So then you're at 4.
5.
Bless you.
Trying to-
I should be at 5.
Okay. Am I okay? Yeah, 5.
Okay. Right. And then reflexes
Reflexes.
is perception, agility, and speed. So
Mhm.
it's 7. This is 13. 3 is 4.2. Down. So 4. And then mortal wound is the average of power and fort rounded down plus 6. So that's 9, because the average would be 3 plus 6.
Yep. Makes sense.
Nice.
And then emotional attribute.
You do not have one.
All right.
That does jump me over because I think you've answered everything except for that one, right? Talking to Dreadbear. You've answered everything except for the greed one.
With you, I've answered none of them.
Fair enough. What's the first one? Health.
Yep. So health, my base is 6. Dwarves get a +1 for health
Okay.
for being a dwarf.
Does the character live in squalor or filth?
Absolutely, he does.
All right. So that goes from a 6 down to a 5. Is the character frail or sickly?
Yep.
So that goes down to 4. Was the character severely wounded in the past?
No.
Has the character been tortured or enslaved?
Oh, sorry. I meant to say yes to severely wounded.
Okay.
I think I said no, but I
did.
meant to say yes. Not been.
He's not been tortured
Not
or
been
enslaved.
tortured.
You are a dwarf, so you get +1 there.
Yes,
Are you athletic and active?
I am active.
But would you consider yourself athletic?
Yes,
Okay.
in a
That's +1.
dwarven way.
I raise my stein to my hand.
Yeah,
Does the character live in a really... You've already said you don't.
absolutely not.
All right. So what is your total after... I think that's the first time I've ever heard people take all these negatives. I like it.
So my health is now a 5.
Here's your necklace. All right. Your steel. Base start for steel is 3.
That's right.
Have you taken a conscript, soldier, bandit, squire, or nightlife path? Longbeard is not any of those.
No.
Has the character ever been severely wounded?
Yes.
You said yes. Were they a soldier?
No.
But he was not a soldier, then you lower your steel by 1. So you're down to 2. Has the character ever murdered or killed with his own hand?
No.
Okay. You haven't been tortured or
No.
enslaved. Have you led a sheltered life?
No.
Has the character been raised in a competitive but non-violent?
Yes.
All right, so that's 1. Has the character given birth?
No. So that's an even washes out to
3.
just 3.
You don't have the gifted, faithful, or do you have any thing that's equivalent of that? Do you feel like on your traits?
No.
You know, I feel like gifted might be. Not gifted, dreamer. Because you're seeing things that are not normal. And slave to fate. I feel like those.
Okay.
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
So that gives you 1.
I'll take it.
Is your perception 6 or higher?
My perception is 7.
So that's a steal. Is your will 5 or higher?
Yes.
Is it 7 or higher?
It is 7.
That raises your steel by 2. Is your fort 6 or higher?
No.
What's your total fort? What's your total steel?
Well, that added 5 to my steel, which is now an 8.
Jesus. I seen some shit. And then you've done the math for mortal wound reflexes.
It did, yeah. Mortal wounds 11, reflexes is 5.
So let me flip to
So now we do greed.
greed section.
Mm-hmm.
Starting greed. This character is. Let's see. This is the character's starting expo. The total. These answers, yeah. So +1 greed if your will is 4 or lower.
It is not.
How many resource points do you have?
79 resource points.
So you get 1 greed from that.
Yep.
Do you have any of the following? You get a greed point for each of the following: trader, mask bearer, master of arches, master of forge, master engraver, treasurer, quartermaster, seneschal, or prince.
No.
You don't have any of those. +1 greed if the dwarf has coveted something owned by another.
Absolutely. All good dwarves do.
Can I ask what it was? Was it a woman?
It was power.
Okay. Has the dwarf ever stolen something
No.
he coveted? Has the dwarf had his prized treasure stolen?
No.
Has the character ever been in the presence of a master craftsman of the Dwarven Fathers?
Yes.
+1 greed. Has the character witnessed an outsider, elf, man, orc, or rodent, etc., in possession of a work of dwarven art?
I don't think so.
I would disagree with that because your clansmen have been taken in by humans and they're working as
And we
trades.
live in the dwarf quarter.
Right. And so, like, they're taking jobs as smiths and artisans and whatnot for humans, trying to generate enough money so they can get their home back. So, I would say it's probably pretty popular to see some fine dwarvish art in the hands of a human.
Okay, I'll buy that.
Is the dwarf over 200 years old?
Yes.
You're not over 400.
I'm not.
Relationships. Well, I'll probably put a pin in this until we figured out what we want. Each romantic relationship is -1 greed. Each hateful relationship is +1 greed. And then a hateful immediate family member is 2 greed.
So, my plan is 1 romantic and 1 spiteful.
Okay.
So that's just going to wash to 0,
Sounds great.
which puts my greed at a 5.
Not too shabby. All right. What is the next
Resource points.
resource points? Let's jump back over to Eli.
All right, so I have 18.
So, I am going to recommend, I believe, you have the spell sheet over there.
Wait, I have to wake my laptop up.
Do you have the actual physical copy?
No.
Oh, I thought I gave it to you. Did I set it down?
I guess, because I've got... Yeah, I don't have it.
Nope, it's right here on the floor. Let's try to make room.
Right where it belongs.
Hey.
And you put it there.
When taking whatever trait that grants you a casting ability, which would be sorcery for you, or gifted for you, you get to choose one of the following 8 elements:
Okay.
fire, light, air, life, water, dark, earth, or death.
Okay.
These are the 8 main elements that are within the world that you can find anywhere.
Okay.
These are the base elements. They're not the higher elements. Mixing elements together, you can get plant if you do the right mixing of elements. So acquiring your elemental dice, when you burn a character, you may gain or purchase element dice. Upon choosing a life path that grants this, the player is given a free elemental dice of their choosing. So which of those 8 elements do you want to start off with?
It'll be stereotypical and do fire.
Okay.
So I get 1, if I read this right.
Correct. After that, the player may purchase a second dice of the same element for 10 resource points. A third would be then 20, so on and so forth. You said you had 18?
Yeah, I've got 18 points.
So, if you want, the easiest way to explain these elemental dice is you need one to cast your spell, because that's putting fire into whatever you're doing. If you don't have that dice, you can't. It's like mana essentially. If you ever roll a 1 on it, on the initial dice roll, it's like you essentially used up your mana.
Yep.
And you can meditate to get it back.
Okay, sweet. So I can buy a second one, and then probably do.
That'd leave you with 8 points left.
Yeah, and then I can get a blood blossom, which is 5.
You could. I'm gonna suggest maybe an affiliation.
Okay.
Because you went to the wizarding school, you
Yeah.
graduated. You're not serving in the military, but you are. So the cheapest affiliation is 10 points. You don't have 10 points. I'll float you the last 2 if you wanted to
Okay.
go with that affiliation.
Yeah.
So that would buy you essentially. I literally have seen a family member that went to Harvard pull out a card that says, "I'm a Harvard graduate." And it kind of like, it falls in that line. Like you, that comes with like the robes. You look the part of
Okay.
of this magic school, which I've not named. I'll let you name whatever, whatever you want to name it.
Okay. Cool.
Shiz, if you wanted to go with dear old Shiz from Wicked. Whatever you want to do.
Oh, that's a thing?
Yeah, that was the name of the school that. Have you not seen Wicked?
No.
I hated the musical, so
Oh, that hurts my heart.
I loved the book.
See, I was the opposite. I didn't like the book, but I loved the musical.
Okay, so
all the singing. Yes.
So what?
It was all the singing and ruined the book.
Oh. Open the book and it sings at you. So that would be all your resource points.
yeah, I
Which
just
is-
have to decide. So I guess I'm going to have to find spells I can cast, and then that
Well,
would
you-
determine the elements.
Well, you've got the 3 schools. So you've got, and you said you were looking at, because this doesn't really give you, my mindset behind this spellcasting system, the same one that's in the blue book, just this one has elemental themes, is that I don't like named spells. I want this to be something that you're crafting on yourself. And that's what kind of at the end of it talks about. Once you've
Gotcha.
done the same thing a couple times, you're like, okay, I've named this spell what I want to name it.
Can I can I take something like, okay, I've got water, can that become ice, or air become lightning, or does it have to be like?
It would have to be that, but that would, like, you're on the right path because once you get 3 dice, you can take them and mix them together and make a higher quality. So you could get uh, two air and a water and mix them together and make lightning, or make a storm, or something along that line. Does that make sense?
Yeah. What would water be? Or ice be? I mean,
I could see that being like two waters and
an air. Cool. All right. Well, let's see. I've already got fire. I could do death and shoot death dice at people.
Well, if you wanted to go into a new element, it's much more expensive. Because it says if the character wishes to unlock a different element die other than their free one, it would cost 25 points. So throughout play, you'll start getting new dice.
I think I misunderstood. So I'm given free elemental dice. Oh, okay. I gotcha. So I have two fire dice for the cost of 10.
Right.
Yeah, I misread that. All right. Sweet.
And then your schools of magic, you said you were getting advantage.
Yes.
And then
I did advantage, elemental attack, and what was it? Advantage and trait.
Trait. So with that in mind, you're casting these spells with fire.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's great because everybody thinks fire as like damage dealing, but it could be like passionate. It could be like there's a bunch of
well, it can be purification.
Right. So that's what I'm trying to encourage people to kind of think outside the box with the elements and that kind of stuff versus I cast magic missile or I cast the same spell over and over again. I want you to kind of like try to think outside the box and I'll be like, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, let's do that. So, all right, so we've got your resources done. That was quick and easy, and I love it.
Quick question.
Yeah.
If I changed it from fire to earth as an attack, could I do something like hit people with rocks?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. All right, I'm doing that.
I'm kind of picturing like Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yep, that was exactly what
Or
I was
like you
thinking.
stomp the ground and like a piece of a rock flies up and hits them, or
Powerful.
Yeah, but earth can also provide shelter,
yeah.
shielding.
And I feel like that also goes back to your farmer
Background.
being in the field. Yeah, so I like it.
Cool.
Jumping back over here to Dreadbear.
Okay. Resource points.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay. So 79 resource points. I've spent some of them.
Lay it on me.
Traveling clothes.
Okay.
Or traveling gear. Clothes. I would like for my rune casting runes to be dwarven made tools.
That literally is what that is
Yes.
for. Yeah.
So they are
Expensive.
so yes, 10 resource points. So they act as a tool for a +1. And I want a mule named Babs.
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 Okay.
That's my mule.
I'm thinking back to Samwise when he's got that damn mule.
Mm-hmm.
Bill,
Yeah.
But this is Babs.
the pony.
Fair. It was a pony.
Okay. So, thinking about reputation first. As a rune caster, I have to believe that people know that I am around. So, I have an infamous reputation within the Dwarven Quarter. And for reasons that we have not discussed, I believe that my infamy name would be the Burned Dwarf.
Because you got scarring on your face.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So while in this world there are dwarves who would normally have beards, right? That's like the default. But we've lost our homeland, and as part of like the mourning of that, some dwarves have shorn themselves until they get the homeland back. There's another faction of dwarves, the whippersnappers, the up and comers. Of like, we've been at this long enough, home is where your hearth is. and they're growing their beards back. I'm in neither camp because my face is burned, and so I can't grow a beard. I don't know if I would have one if I could, but I can't.
Interesting.
So-
That puts you in a weird position.
Yes, it does. So they may not know my name, but they do know about the burned dwarf. So, affiliation and relationships. So I bought my wife, as one does. She only costs 1 resource point, so the same as some clothes or traveling gear.
It's getting better and better.
So just as a minor NPC in an immediate familial relationship and one of love.
So this person is still alive in the world.
Yes. Yep.
Are they your
Probably
travel-
has
Are they like traveling with you, or
no.
Are you guys separated?
Yes. I'm an outcast. Doesn't want anything to do with me, but I still have the obligation. So if I earn money, I send it back home.
Okay.
Like a lot of other things in this burn, wanting to lean into the dreamer, the slave of fate, the rune casting a bit. So I think there's an interesting affiliation or relationship there. For the affiliation, so I was trying to think like who would come to a rune caster, right? No dwarf would.
No respectable dwarf.
No respectable dwarf, right? So I thought, what if the deposed dwarven king, like on his last wits, like sought me out to like get something out of it. That didn't feel right. The elves are off being elves, right? So they're out of it,
Right.
which kind of leaves 2 factions: the humans and the rodent in the underground.
Okay.
So there is a particular rodent cult in this world, right?
Mm-hmm.
That seeks to kind of overthrow a bit, right? They're agents of chaos. Those might be people who are like, we need all the advantages we get. Let's go to our fortune teller, right? They're not going to go to humans because those are the people they're fighting against. So, this outcast of dwarves is maybe the closest thing that they have to like a kindred social relationship.
Okay.
So, so I think I would like an affiliation to what I imagine is a small localized group. So just a one die affiliation with the rat cult.
Can I suggest a different one?
You can.
Thieves Guild?
Okay. I have 33 extra resource points that I haven't spent. How about both?
Okay. I'm not sure how much we'll get to see of that action in the first leg of the campaign. That's why I was suggesting that.
Okay.
And I don't want you to spend points, and that definitely can come into play.
Okay.
But who knows? I don't
Who
know
knows?
where you
I
guys,
don't know.
where you guys are going to take it. So, that my GMing style is very hands off, and we'll see where we go.
I bought an affiliation. Day 1, minute 1, the first thing I'm going to do is say, I'm going to go find the cult.
Makes sense.
Yeah. All right. So the other in the relationship is, I think, somewhere in the human world, I have a rival.
Okay.
So
That's not your wife.
that's not my wife.
Okay.
No, that's just bickering. That's not the same thing. So, like I was saying, there's a lot of factions and power struggles here, and the the Dwarf King in my mind is kind of like a write-off. Like it feels inept and kind of hopeless.
Okay.
The Human King is still trying stuff, right?
Emperor.
Sorry, the Emperor is still trying stuff. Like supposedly he's got armies out fighting the Horde and keeping them back, what have you. So I think he is the one grasping at all the straws to make everything work out for him. And I certainly think an emperor would, rely on, words.
Hard.
Yep. Yep. On like advisors and maybe like a council and guild leaders.
Yeah.
And, why not go mystic with, astrologers? And so if you're in that headspace and you need all the help you can get, maybe they resorted to also, asking this burned dwarf to, roll some runes to see what they said.
Okay.
So, I don't think that my character would ever have interfaced with royalty, but maybe like a guy sent a guy who sent a guy kind of thing. And maybe like there's some sort of rivalry with the court astrologer. Because stars are just made up, right? Like, how can that be real?
They're not made up. They're in the sky.
Yeah. The stars are in the sky, but
the meaning behind
relative positions, billions of light years away, that just so happen to be in that alignment because of where you're standing relatively. Right? That's nonsense. But runes, they're right there, right? You pick them up, you roll them, you read the bones.
So there's an actual guy who just hates you because you speak out against astrology.
No, not that I speak out against it, but maybe I'm better than he is. Like, my stuff is real because I see things, Ricky Bobby. I see things.
How powerful is this rival?
So I don't know how powerful he is, but
if you're saying it's the court astrologist, then I feel like that if he's got the ear of the emperor, he's.
I think he's someone who is important to the game setting. I'll let you determine his significance. I don't know the significance socially.
But you're willing to pay for somebody who's
I'm paying for it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Not powerful.
He's
just
not
significant.
The mid-tier.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Does that leave you with any points left?
23.
What do you plan to do with those?
I don't want to just buy 23 Mook NPCs and throw that on you and say, here's 23 NPCs that you have to bring into the story somehow. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how I want to spend the rest of them.
You were, while not a soldier, you were on the front line.
Yes.
You would have been given armor.
Oh, I would have gotten rid of that.
You've gotten rid of it?
Yeah.
It's not in a box somewhere?
No.
Okay.
No, I don't. I'm not going to mess with. I'm a brawler. I don't need armor. Maybe a keg of nog.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just, sometimes you can't handle the
How much is that?
the past and the future, and you just need a drink. So that would be 20 of the 23.
That gets rid of a lot of it.
That does get rid of a lot of it. Almost 20 out of 20 thirds.
Math. That's
20
just as hard as words.
20 out of 23.
Well, you got 3 points. You can't take it with you.
You can't take it with you.
Think about it. We don't have to have the final answer tonight. So we've got resources, physical tolerances we'll do in person, reflexes, beliefs and instincts we'll do in person. So we're essentially done for this evening.
My affiliation, we call ourselves the Unseen from Unseen University in Discworld.
Okay.
It's all of the weird misfit fringe people at this college, like me, a rodent. Like
Okay.
there's a troll, there's a dwarf. Like we're the ones that don't fit in, and we wear these deep cowled hooded robes, and we like to dramatically flourish them.
Yep.
And there's this illusion that makes it look like a mask is over the, when the hood is up, you can't see the face, like there's a mask over it.
Okay.
And it's this whole dramatic.
Is it a
effect.
generic mask for
Yes.
all of the?
Yeah, it's just a simple, plain white mask. Like
Of course.
I can see out of it, but people can't see through or see in.
Okay.
And it's
How does a
just
rodent wear a mask?
It's on the cowl. So
Yeah, so the cowl, it's a deep hooded cowl. So
But you've got like your nose coming out.
yeah, the cowl is big enough that my whole head fits inside of
Okay.
it.
So it's just really far off your face.
Yes. Yeah, for me it looks
Makes
really
the eye
weird.
hole weird. Yeah.
Well,
Well, it
I don't
doesn't-
think it has eye
there's-
holes. It
yeah, it
sounds like
doesn't
it's a
have eye
one-way
holes.
glass.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so you have like my little slender body, and then when the hood is up, it's like
I like that.
Is it face shaped or is it just a clear?
it's like, think of a generic like heart shaped face, and it's about that size. Like I don't know if you all have ever seen Owl House, but
I have.
yeah, it's so that's kind of shape.
Okay,
But
it's a good show.
it is. I love that show.
Also ties into Gravity Falls if you don't know that.
I love Gravity Falls.
I hope your magical education was better than that is received at the Unseen University.
Yeah, well, I'm very excited to use my earth elements and dramatically flourish my cloak and shout, "Away!" into the wind as I launch on my werewolf friend.
Yep.
All right. Well, the last thing to do is name them. So we will come up with those, and then Sunday we're meeting again. I'm not sure if we're broadcasting. I think we decided we weren't, but we are going to be recording it as a zero session, essentially. Kind of brainstorming and thinking. Technical guys give me a hand wave off to the side. So, all right. How do you guys feel?
Good. I named mine Lyra Feathertail,
Feathertail. I like it. The fluff.
and then we'll just fill in our character sheets on Sunday.
You can do it then, or you can do it before then. Like we're gonna sit around and have a conversation as a group, and I'll be able to help any way I can. We're gonna do beliefs and instincts after I open up the scenario.
Cool.
All right. Well, I appreciate you guys. We come in right at 2 hours and 29 minutes and some change. I think it's our shortest
Easy.
character burning video ever.
Out of the two?
Yeah. Well, no, I did one with the quad.
Oh, okay.
Whoever that
okay.
guy is.
Yeah.
Blue, and but there was a lot of teaching there as well. All right, is my tech guy ready to end it? All right.
Play us out.
Thank you again for everybody who tuned in. I think we got it to and then as always, keep those dice rolling. We'll see you in the future.
Good night, chat.
Good night.
Good night.